So once again, welcome everyone to this yoga session with Lisa from New York. My name is Amelia. I'm one of the founders of WellU, together with my partner Adam. We co-founded WellU to help people become happier, healthier, and more compassionate beings. So for those of you who don't know what we are a holistic and science-based program for physical, mental, and social well-being, so that we have a balance across all areas, because well-being is not just about excelling in one area, but in all areas and having a balance across them. So we thought, what is one really great way to bring people together after a really rough COVID year to work on their well-being? And we thought of these events. And essentially we thought we would do them for 2 months or so, but we've been having so much fun. They've been going so well. And when we have people like Lisa join us, it's just, we're having a great time. So we thought, let's continue them for as long as you guys are going to show up, which you have no idea how much it means to us, because it's one thing to organize an event. It's another thing to have people actually show up. It's like, it's so flattering. That's how long we're going to continue them. So I do want to send you guys a couple links beforehand. There are 4 links that I'm going to send. One of them is our events, so that you can see where you could always check our Eventbrite page of what events we have going on. And they're all free, so feel free to join. Then we have the WellU community, which is a private Facebook group where we invite you to join, so that we can be in closer touch. We can have conversations there, share content about well-being. You guys could let us know what it is that you want. What kind of events would you like us to host, or what kind of content would you like to see? What would you like to learn about? Then we have our Instagram page, and of course, Lisa's Instagram page. We found her through Instagram, connected to her because we loved what she does. We love her practice. And then when we got into a call with her, we fell in love with her personality and her story. So, but I'm gonna let Lisa take over there. Please introduce yourself, Lisa. And everybody have fun. Lisa's giving us her time here today. So have a great session, relaxing your body and your mind.
Thank you so much, Amelia. I'm so happy to be here with everyone. Welcome, guys. So for today, if you are here for Yoga for Manifestation because you want to manifest a goal in your life, or maybe you want to manifest simply living a happier and healthier life, and that's why you may be attracted to the WellU community. This yoga practice is meant to incorporate those spiritual, emotional, psychological things into a physical practice. If it's your first time, don't worry. And I know this may be your first time practicing with me and you may not know what to expect. You may be worried that I'll go straight into handstands, which no, it's going to be absolutely accessible for everyone. And I'm going to offer a lot of modifications. So with that, let's go ahead and dive on into our yoga practice. I pulled an affirmation card for everyone, and it's so beautiful. I love these affirmation cards. The affirmation reads, I recognize that I've chosen fear, and I choose again, I choose love. A lot of times when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to getting things that we want, fear, doubt comes into play. And I think it's so important for us to choose again, choose love. And that's what we'll be doing on the yoga mat today. So coming to a comfortable seated position, and by comfortable, I really truly mean any comfortable seated position. You can even maybe lie on down and then come into your comfortable seated position, whatever works for you. Grounding down through the sit bones, rising through the crown of the head, coming to close the eyes, tuning on into your breath, tuning on into your body. Take a nice big deep inhale. And exhale. Breathing in. And exhale. Last big deep inhale. And exhale. Taking a moment to check on in. Maybe the eyes aren't closed. Maybe you're just gazing at a point in front of you softly. Just allowing yourself to be here in the present moment, letting the outside world go, recognizing that nothing else matters but this present moment. Just you, your breath, and your yoga mat or the floor. Inhale and exhale. Checking in with your body without judgment or criticism. Noticing where your mind is at today. Again, no judgment. Just allowing your thoughts to flutter, float, or fly by. And in this beautiful space of awareness, I want you to go ahead and imagine or remember a time when you were at your absolute happiest. Somewhere in nature, maybe with family. Maybe it's something that hasn't happened yet. Maybe you're in a glorious mansion by the pool. Maybe you're helping others. Maybe you're in community. Go ahead and visualize yourself within this space. Breathe into that vision. Sighing anything else out. Breathing in, letting that vision fill you up. And exhaling. And we'll begin the first stage of manifestation, which is to set an intention for yourself based on that vision of happiness. Set an intention for yourself on the yoga mat. Set an intention for your life, your month, possibly even your year. But whatever it is, go ahead and set it. And with that intention in mind, let's open the practice with one loud Om. Take a nice big deep inhale for Om. Om. And when you are ready, if you haven't already, gently float the eyes open. Beautiful, guys. Let's go ahead and dive on in. So let's come onto the hands and knees for tabletop position. Sometimes I like to use a blanket underneath my knees if they're a little on the tight side. So go ahead, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Ground down through the fingertips and the base of the knuckles. See if you can relax the elbows to not hyperextend them, but smile through the collarbones and the shoulder blades, drawing the navel on in, curling the toes under. Take a nice big deep inhale. Tilt your pelvis forward and down towards the yoga mat. Soften the belly down towards the earth. Press into the fingertips and roll your gaze forward and up, getting a nice stretch in the front of the body. And on an exhale, tops the feet to the floor. Round in the upper back, chin comes towards the chest. Taking a nice big deep inhale, curling the toes under. Belly reaches down towards the yoga mat. Press into the fingertips. Send the heart through the gateway of your arms. Exhale, tops the feet to the floor, round in the upper back, chin comes towards the chest. And just continue at your own pace with your own quality of breath, infusing in the idea of intention setting in the beginning of your yoga practice, thinking about that vision of happiness, and then bring it down to the yoga mat. How would you like to move in a way that makes you happy? Maybe you want to go a little bit slower, or maybe you want to move a little bit faster. Maybe you can start incorporating your own creative movement, circling the heart over the wrists as an option. Maybe scooping the heart through the window of the arms, the hands, just moving in a way that feels so good, that is in alignment with your happiness. Just allowing yourself to be free with this intention and then acting through this intention slowly, just beginning. Or fast, it's up to you. 2 more breaths, inhaling and exhale. Last big deep breath in and exhale. Go ahead slowly. Bring the knees as wide as the yoga mat. Bring the big toes together and see if you can come to sit onto the heels of your feet, bowing down into a child's pose. Swaying from side to side, maybe pulsing in the shoulder blades. And if your forehead reaches the yoga mat, maybe you can release the forehead down to the yoga mat and gently sway the head no, massaging the forehead. If you need a little bit more support underneath the back, you can always bring the knees together. That's always an option. So it's really up to what feels good to you or for you. Take a nice big deep inhale and exhale. Last big deep breath in and exhale. Ground down through the fingertips. Curl your toes under, press into the hands and feet, and come into your first downward facing dog. Grounding down again through the fingertips, pressing the floor away, smiling through the collarbones and the shoulder blades, reaching through the heels of the feet to get a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Keeping or staying with your intention, visualizing it. Begin to pedal out the legs, bending through one leg, reaching through opposite heel, walking as if you're walking towards that vision within this downward facing dog. Taking a moment to honor that you're doing great, just showing up, just being here. Taking that information off the yoga mat as well, that you always are doing great by just showing up. Big deep inhale, gentle exhale. Continue to walk your dog for about 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Last big deep breath in. And on an exhale, go ahead, find stillness in downward facing dog again. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Ground down through the left heel of the foot. Inhale, reach the right heel up nice and high, keeping the hips squared, or I should say, keeping the shoulders squared as well as the hips. And then go ahead, draw the knee towards the nose, round in the upper back, and almost act as if you're about to place that foot forward, but we're not going to place it yet. We're going to stay here for 1 more big deep inhale. And exhale, press up and back, reaching that right heel up towards the ceiling. 2 more times. Inhale, draw the knee towards the nose. Exhale, pressing up and back. Last time, inhale, drawing the knee towards the nose, rounding the back, pressing the floor away. And then exhale, go ahead, reach the right heel up and back. Bend on into the knee, stack the knee, right knee over the hip, and trace circles with that knee in any way that feels absolutely good. Last 2 breaths. You can take it in the opposite direction. You can trace figure 8s with the knee, whatever feels good. And then go ahead, draw the knee towards the nose. Step the right foot in between the hands or take a hold of the leg and just help it forward. Release the left knee on down. Go ahead, hug the inner thighs in towards each other and sweep the fingertips forward and up in Anjaneyasana. Melt the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the navel in, but knit the rib cage together and down the belly. Big deep breath in, side out. Go ahead, release the hands to frame the right foot. Step the left foot to meet the right in, forward fold. And just release. Sway the head from side to side, sway the body from side to side. Sway the head yes, sway the head no. Just again, move in a space of intention for moving in a way that feels good, that makes you happy, that points towards your North Star on the yoga mat today. Big deep inhale and gentle exhale. Taking a hold of opposite wrists, forearms, or elbows, bending the knees as much as you need to have the belly rest on the legs, finding stillness if it comes to you, just allowing the body to hang. Sighing out stress, sighing out worry, sighing out fear, choosing again, choosing love. Releasing the hands down towards the yoga mat. Inhale, come into your flat back by sliding the hands towards the knees, melting the shoulders away from the ears, drawing the navel on in. And then exhale, go ahead, release back into your forward fold. This time, see if you can send the wrists underneath the shoulders. Step the right foot on back. Bring the right knee down to the yoga mat. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Sweep the fingertips forward and up. Anjaneyasana on the left side. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands down to frame that left foot. Go ahead, curl the right toes under, lift the right knee off the yoga mat. Step that left foot to meet the right. Press the floor away, draw the navel on in. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, see if you can send the heels of the feet forward. So we're reaching the heels of the feet forward, and then we're releasing the knees on down and slowly lowering the heart in between the hands. Inhale, tops the feet to the floor. Pelvis comes to the floor, rise through head, neck, and chest. In baby cobra. And then on an exhale, go ahead, curl toes under, press up and back. You could take a child's pose or a downward facing dog. So that's just the beginning sentence, the small intention that we set with our body for the beginning of our class. We're going to build on this sequence. Just like in life, we build on our intentions. Big deep breath in and sigh it out. Last big deep inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, come meet me in downward facing dog. Ready to add on to this sequence. So go ahead, see if we can walk our dog, bending through one leg, reaching through opposite heel. Go ahead, inhale the right heel up towards the ceiling. Draw the knee towards the nose, round in the upper back. See if you can step the right foot in between the hands or help it forward. From here, see if we can release that left knee on down. The top of the foot may come to the floor. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Sweep the fingertips forward and up. Maybe even reach the fingertips up and back, getting a little bit of a deeper back bend in this Anjane, opening your heart up to all the blessings that the world has to offer you, all the value that you have. Big deep inhale. Exhale, go ahead, release the hands on down to frame the right foot. Curl the left toes under and step the right foot to meet the left in your forward fold. See if you can bring the big toes together. The heels are slightly separated, just a sliver. Sit down onto or pretend you're sitting down into an imaginary chair. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Draw the navel on in. Scoop the fingertips forward and up in Utkatasana. And if you're anything like me, Utkatasana is that pose where you're like, oh, you know, it gets right in your belly. It gets right into your legs. You have to ground down deep. But that's a metaphor for a life. When we set the intention, we begin to need to work hard, to hold the postures, to stay strong. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, release the hands on down into your forward fold. Great job, guys. Inhale into your flat back, sliding the hands towards the knees, or maybe just coming up on your fingertips, gazing forward. Your choice. Exhale, go ahead, release into forward fold. Step the right foot on back. Bring the right knee on down to the yoga mat. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Sweep the fingertips forward and up. The top of the right foot this time comes down to the yoga mat, reaching on up. Breathing in. Exhale, go ahead, release the hands to frame the left foot. Curl the toes under, step the left foot to meet the right. Plank posture, pressing the floor away, breathe. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale. Hold with me for one more big deep inhale. Exhale, shift your weight forward, knees, chest, chin. Inhale into cobra, maybe pressing into the fingertips, rising up just a little bit higher. Exhale, curl toes under, press up and back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Staying for one more breath. Inhale and exhale. Last big deep breath in. Sighing it out. Okay, go ahead. Inhale the right leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Bend the right knee, stack the right knee over the right hip. And see if you can go ahead, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Step the right foot on forward. See if you can hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Sweep the fingertips forward and up. So if you notice you're wobbling a little bit, just place the hands on down and bring the feet hips distance apart. Same motion, we're hugging the rib cage together and down like a corset as we hug the inner thighs in towards each other, reaching the fingertips all the way on up towards the ceiling, staying strong, keeping a slight bend in that left back leg. Take a nice big deep inhale with me. Exhale, release the hands on down to frame the right foot, step the left foot to meet the right in your forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit down into your imaginary chair. Scoop the fingertips forward and up. Big deep inhale. Gentle exhale. You are doing absolutely great. Stay with me. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, go ahead, release, step, maybe even hop back into plank pose. If you have the option, if you feel like doing it, hold plank with me. Holding plank is a great way to practice strength of your mind. You can hold a plank for as long as you possibly can. Your mind can be strong enough to handle anything that comes its way. Take a nice big deep breath, inhale. Exhale, shift your weight forward, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to cobra, maybe even getting up higher, maybe even pressing into the feet and coming into your upward dog. It's an option, not an order. Last big deep inhale. Exhale, curl toes under, press up and back, downward dog. Breathe. Opposite side. Inhale the left heel up towards the ceiling. Draw the knee towards the nose, round in the upper back. Step that left foot in between the hands or help it on forward. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Ground down through the feet. See if we can rise into our lunge. Inhale, exhale. Stay focused. Focus on that intention, that drishti, that point in front of you, your North Star. And on an exhale, go ahead, release the hands on down to frame the left foot. Step the right foot to meet the left. Bend on into the knees. Draw and hug the inner thighs in towards one another. Go ahead, reach the fingertips forward and up, smiling through the collarbones and the shoulder blades. Big deep inhale. Gentle exhale. Last big deep inhale. Can you see your toes right underneath your knees? Good. Go ahead. Exhale, release, let go. Take a breather. Remember to breathe as you move through life. Remember it's okay to just show up. You don't have to be your best today. Just come as you are. Last big deep inhale. Sigh it out. Inhale into your flat back, gazing forward, your flat back. So maybe it's on the knees or on the fingertips. Exhale, step back, hop back, maybe even float back now that you're nice and warmed up. And when you're ready, wrists underneath the shoulders, press the floor away. Go ahead, shift the weight forward and maybe chaturanga. So bend on into those elbows, hug them in. Maybe you place the knees down, knees, chest, chin, or maybe you scoop up into upward dog. Your choice. Pressing the floor away, opening up in the chest. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, curl toes under, child's pose or downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe, especially when it gets challenging. Big deep inhale, simple exhale. All right, let's add a little bit more movement and action into this sequence. Inhale the right heel up towards the ceiling, squaring the hips and the heart on down towards the yoga mat. Draw the knee towards the nose, step the right foot in between the hands, hug the inner thighs in towards each other. This time, see if we can pivot that left foot down to the yoga mat and heel toe the right foot right directly to center. So we're making an imaginary line, connecting to the left back heel arch of the foot. Then windmill the hands into warrior two. Melting the shoulders away from the ears. Let's have a little bit of fun with this warrior two. Go ahead, reach the fingertips forward, flip the right hand right up and back into peaceful warrior. From here, send the right hand all the way in a full circle down to the yoga mat. Maybe we can bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. If that's too much, place the right forearm onto the top of the leg. Reach the left arm up and over. Wherever you're at, maybe you have a yoga block. You can place that right underneath your right hand. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale. From here, swim the left hand all the way on down. Bring the left hand to that left back leg. Reach up into peaceful warrior. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, swim the right hand on down into extended side angle. Maybe send the right forearm to the leg. Maybe we're up on our right fingertips. Exhale, swim the left hand. Sweep the right hand up and over. Last big deep inhale. And on an exhale, windmill the hands on down to frame the right foot. Come up onto the ball of the left foot. Straighten out that right leg and fold to the inside of the right leg or over. Give the right leg a little bit of a break. Keep sending the right hip, even right foot back into your space, back towards the yoga mat as the left hip moves forward. Alignment with your body, with yourself, with how you feel is so important in yoga, so important in life. Stay in alignment with what feels good, what makes you happy. Big deep inhale. Exhale, bend on into the right knee. Step the left foot to meet the right, and then come into chair posture once more. That right leg might be screaming, but you got this. Place the hands in prayer. Hook the left elbow to the outside of that right leg. Make sure one knee doesn't jut in front of the other. That sometimes likes to happen. Draw the navel on in. And on an exhale, press into the hand, that top right hand, and twist the heart open. If the neck hurts, just gaze down at the floor. Big deep inhale. Gentle exhale. Last big deep breath in. And on an exhale, release forward fold. Great job. Inhale into flat back. Exhale, go ahead. Step, hop, float on back. And go through a vinyasa. So maybe that's knees, chest, chin. Maybe that's chaturanga. Maybe that's skipping and being like, girl, I'm tired. And you come into child's pose. Whatever it is, go ahead. Go through that vinyasa. Coming in child's pose or downward facing dog. Breathe. When it gets hard, breathe deeper. Stay strong. Take a nice big deep inhale. Side out. Inhale the left heel up towards the ceiling. Draw the knee towards the nose. Step or help that left foot in between the hands. Go ahead. See if we can rise all the way on up. And then pivot the right foot down onto the yoga mat. Heel toeing the left foot to center. See if we can bend on into that left knee. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Wrap the rib cage together and down. Melt the shoulders away from the ears. Gaze forward. Forward is where your destiny is where your future is. But stay present and learn from the past. Left or right fingertips dipping into the past. Take a nice big deep inhale. Let's have fun. Reach the left fingertips forward. Flip the left hand, bring it up and back. Peaceful warrior. And exhale, left hand comes on down. See if we can come into extended side angle. Yeah, great job. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down, swimming, reaching the left hand up and over. Peaceful warrior. Beautiful. Taking a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, left hand comes on down. Extended side angle. Oof, I know that left leg is screaming. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to that left leg. Reach the left arm up and over. Breathe into that left leg. And windmill the hands on down. Oof. Come onto the right ball of your foot. Heel toe the left foot a little bit out to the side. Begin to straighten that left leg. Breathe in, lengthening through the sides of your body. Exhale, fold to the inside or over that left leg. Stay up nice and high on the ball of your right foot. Keep the hips as square as possible. Breathe. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale. Last big deep inhale. Sighing it out. Great job. Bend all the way on into the left knee. Step the right foot to meet the left. Sit back into your imaginary chair, Utkatasana, reaching the fingertips forward and up. And then place the hands to the heart and twist. Hook the right elbow to the outside of your left leg. Press into the top of your left hand. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, drawing the navel on in, using your core to work the heart towards the thumbs and thumbs towards your heart space. Inhale, exhale, breathe, breathe, breathe. You have this. 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale. All right, release. And if you release a little bit beforehand, that's okay. Listen to the body. Take a nice big deep inhale into your flat back. Exhale, bend on into the knees, step, hop, float on back into plank posture. From plank pose, go through your vinyasa, whatever that is for you today. You can always skip around. You can always take a child's pose. Remember to take a break, to not compare yourself to anyone else on your journey. This is your practice. This is your life. You run your own race. You do you. Take a nice big deep breath in. Sigh it out. Great job, guys. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. Okay. Let's go ahead. See if we can walk the feet towards the hands, but for some of my more seasoned yogis, bring the big toes together, rise up onto the heels of the feet. Let's see if I could do this today. Go ahead, see if you can. Woo, I couldn't do it today. Scoop the feet through. And I love when I don't do something in front of yoga students, because it shows you that it's normal. It's normal to sometimes hit it and you're in the flow one day and the next day, not so much. So place the hands underneath the knees, draw the knees on in, and see if we can lift those ankles up in alignment with the knees. Great job. Release one hand then the other. Maybe if you're really, really deep in this practice, you can straighten the legs. And honor the shaking. Honor how it's hard. Breathe through it. Life is challenging. Life is really challenging. How do we breathe? How do we work with the challenges? 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep inhale. On an exhale, go ahead. Cross at the ankles. Step it back into your plank posture. Big deep inhale. Gentle exhale. Downward facing dog. You're ready to do that 2 more times. Take a nice big deep breath in. Sigh it out. Go ahead, bend on into the knees. You can walk the feet forward or come up nice and high. Maybe this time, you could try to hop through. And if you're like me and you're like, darn it, today I'm not getting it, it's all good. Hug the knees on into the heart space. Rise. See if we can come into our Navasana, our boat pose. Maybe we lower the knees. Maybe the second time you're like, ooh, this I need to take a step back. And that's okay. What would life look like if we were all more compassionate with ourselves? If we all could just allow ourselves to make mistakes without beating ourselves up, to find things hard without feeling like we're weak. Big deep inhale, gentle exhale, scoop it back. Plank pose. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, last chance. Bend on into the knees, walk it forward. Yeah, or scoop it on forward. If you got it, great. If you were like me and kind of stepped it through, that's also okay. Navasana, reach. 3rd time's always the charm, I feel. Take a nice big deep inhale. Lengthen through the sides of the body. If the lower back's getting tired, take a hold of behind the knees. Open up in that heart space. And then maybe release. Yeah, keep that back nice and long. Great job. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep inhale. Exhale, cross. Release. Let it go. Go through your vinyasa. Whatever that is. When you're absolutely ready, come meet me in child's pose. You did absolutely marvelous. You did so well. And even if you don't feel like you did your best, who cares? You showed up. That's so amazing. That's all you need to do. You just need to show up and try 1 step at a time. Take a nice big deep inhale and exhale. Go ahead from here, come back to the beginning in your tabletop position. This time, see if you could step that right foot to the outside of your right hand and walk the left foot as far back as possible. I want to stretch out the legs that we worked oh so hard on. I want to go ahead and rock onto the right heel of the foot. Ooh, and then rock and bend. Rocking onto the heel. Yeah, and then bending. Great job. 2 more times. And you can move at your own pace. So 2 more breaths, I should say. You can go faster, slower. From here, you can stay here. Maybe for some of you who have the flexibility in your quad for today, you can take a hold of the top of the left foot. Maybe you want to come down onto the forearms. Maybe you want to press the right leg away. There's so many options for lizard posture. You can even just stay here. You can even stay here with your blocks. I invite you to choose the posture that works for you. Whatever works, my friend, that's perfect. Let it be in alignment with your intention. And then let go. The last and final step to manifesting life, a life you deserve. It's to let go. It's to trust. Once you do the work of choosing love again, you let it be. Two more breaths. Stay with me wherever you're at. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale, come up onto your hands. Heel toe the right foot all the way over to the left side of your yoga mat. It's a tricky transition. So if that doesn't work for you, you can always come into downward facing dog and send the right knee behind the right wrist and the right heel towards the left hip point. And you can come here to pigeon. If you do not like this and your knee does not like this, come onto your back, cross the right foot over that left leg, and here's your pigeon pose for today. So those are your three options. I'm going to take more traditional stance because my hips need it today. Come up onto the hands and exhale. Fold forward. Square the hips as much as you need to, and internally, or I should say really lift that left knee up towards the hip and internally rotate that left inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Make sure that that heel's in alignment with the glute muscle and just let go. Notice the parts of you that don't want to let go emotionally, physically. Meet those parts with breath. Meet those parts with compassion. Like I said, letting go is the hardest part of manifestation. But if we can do it, we allow the world around us, the universe around us, to do the rest of the work. Breathing in. And exhale. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. Slowly come to rise all the way on up. If it's possible, sweep the left leg in front. For those of you who are on your back, all you have to do is roll on up, and that left leg is already in front. And then everyone bring the right foot to the inside of that left thigh. Hug the glute muscle in. Keep a slight bend in that left knee, but feel that quadricep nice and activated. Go ahead, reach the fingertips on up, and exhale, fold. With every inhale, you can lengthen through the sides of the body. Every exhale, just let it go. Take a moment to reflect on maybe the times you almost fell or did fall. You stumbled. Take a moment of gratitude for just doing your best to work with that, to work with your body, the beautiful body that is yours, where your heart beats 24/7, as well as the brain. Last big deep inhale. Exhale, let go just a little bit deeper. Slowly come to rise. Delicious. Let's come onto the hands and knees again. This time, we're coming into this left leg. So go ahead, see if you can step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, walk the right foot as far back as possible so that right leg is in a nice angle. You can go ahead and wrap around, take a hold of the left foot. Sometimes I like to press my left foot into the hand and then draw my left heel on in. It gives me a nice stretch in my quad. But again, sometimes I like to stay here. Sometimes I like to come onto my forearms. Sometimes I like to come onto my forearms and then take a hold of my left foot. What do you want to do today? What do you feel like doing? We never ask ourselves that question enough. What do I feel like doing today? You know, it's so important. So wherever you are, just breathe into the hips. Breathe into the spaces of resistance in the body. Meet that with compassion. You are doing absolutely amazing. You should be so proud of getting through this class, whether you found it accessible or extremely challenging. You showed up. Take a nice big deep inhale. Sigh it out. Great job. Come on to the hands if you're not already there. Heel toe the left foot, or again, your option, you can downward dog, you can come onto your back. You want to be able to come into the opposite side now. So whatever that is, again, for my yogis who want to come onto their back, this is the option. Sending that left side of the foot on top of your right knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Let go. Breathing into the back. Sighing out. Bringing your vision back to, or your internal vision, the mind's eye, back to that vision of happiness you had for yourself. And can you invoke it in this present moment? Can you call it into your mind? Can you just be one and notice how the body reacts when we're one with that vision of happiness? Notice if you let go a little bit more. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale, really sigh out, really release, soften. And when you are ready, slowly come to rise up wherever you're from, or wherever you're from, wherever you're at. But yeah, rise up wherever you're from as well. The right leg is nice and long. The left foot is to the inside of the right leg. I hug my glute muscles together to lengthen, find that space. And then exhale, I fold. Keep hugging the glute muscles together. Keep activating through the quad, especially for my hyper flexible yogis. We want to protect our knees, so we engage all the muscles around those knees to support them. Don't force. Forcing rarely works. It may scare people, but that's not really getting what you want. Just feel through it. Breathing in, sighing it out. Last big deep inhale. Exhale, come to rise. Go ahead, allow the legs to be nice and long. Bend on into your knees, and this time roll onto your back. Scooch the hips over, all the way over to the right, so that when we roll onto that right hip, and let me move my mic pack so I don't roll onto it, that left hip is directly underneath the right hip, and we can open up in our heart space and take a gentle twist. Just wringing out anything that doesn't serve you emotionally and physically. Take a nice big deep inhale. Sigh it out. Go ahead, come up onto the feet. Let's come onto the opposite side. So scooch your hips all the way over to the left to roll onto your right hip, keeping the heart nice and open. Feeling that elongation from that left hip all the way over to that left shoulder, creating that space within the chest while compressing the lower body. Big deep inhale. Gentle exhale. Slowly bring the knees back to center. Give yourself a big hug by hugging the knees on in, thanking yourself for all that you've done. Knowing you are worthy, you are enough, you are exactly where you are meant to be. Releasing one leg down, then the other. Allowing the arms to rest alongside you. You can soften your gaze if you feel uncomfortable staring up at the ceiling with the eyes, or if you feel uncomfortable closing the eyes. You can stare up at the ceiling. Shavasana is just about softening into the present moment. Let go of any tension. Really let go. Bring your vision back to that image of happiness you have for yourself. See it. Feel it. Remember the feeling. And set an intention from this space. After setting the intention and doing the work and letting go, in trusting, set your intention once more, and it can be different. Be in silence with this new vision of happiness. Continue to lie down. Continue to let go. As I play the sound of the crystal bowl to clear our pathway for this vision. Take a nice big deep inhale and sigh it out. Allow yourself to slowly invite movement into the fingertips, the toes, and slowly make your way back. Rolling onto your right side of the body, pressing on up to your comfortable seated position when you are ready. Bring the hands to prayer, staying in this space of peace and calm, letting everything marinate. And again, know that you are worthy, you are enough, you're exactly where you are meant to be in life. Go live with intention, bringing yourself closer to your happiness, your North Star, my friends. Let's close this practice with one loud Om and 3 Shantis for peace. Take a nice big deep inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Many, many blessings and peace to you, my friends. Namaste. Thank you all for practicing with me. I saw a question about the affirmation card. The card is the universe has your back affirmation deck. And the affirmation is, I recognize that I've chosen fear. And I choose love. So hopefully this practice has allowed you to choose again for the remainder of your day, your afternoon, or your night. But I'm going to go ahead and hand it back to Amelia.
Lisa, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time here, your energy, your compassionate teaching. Thank you so much for being with us here today, and for all the others, for you for showing up and being here. With Lisa and with us. I'll send the links one more time. So if you want to follow us and Lisa on Instagram to find out more about what we're up to, what we're doing, please do. And we hope to see you again. Please connect with us, communicate with us, ask us questions. We love to chat with you guys. We will definitely send the replay because come on, this session should be done again and again. Yes. So Lisa, we have some from Izzy. Thank you so much. The practice was amazing. Thank you everyone so much for coming. Really appreciate having you here, and have a beautiful rest of your Saturday.